Hello to all my friends out there. So here I am again. Hopefully I can get through the video. My phone has been very bad. It wants me to buy a new phone and it wants me to upgrade and pay more money, and I do not want to. And so right in the middle of my videos it will just cut out. So I will do my best. I hope everyone is doing okay. So this week I've been making cheat meals. I hope everybody is being very careful and socially distancing. Now, there's a good mini-series called The Last Kingdom on Netflix. And here are the meals I have made. So tomorrow will be meal number 7. Chili, that actually made 2 meals. Hamburgers and fries, pancakes and boiled eggs. Actually, that was a pretty good meal. Bacon and cheese quiche, macaroni and cheese. And tonight is going to be soup and bread. So I need to make some white gravy. Somebody told me it's called something else. I don't know what it is. I forgot. But I just want to make like a little gravy for the base of my soup. So I have about a tablespoon of margarine. Butter would be good, but you know, hey, this is cheap. Okay, I'm going to melt my butter. So what I have in this pan is some dry onions and 1 can of peas, and I cooked them down. And so I lost a little liquid, so I want to add a tiny bit more liquid. Water. And then so I have just peas and a little handful of minced onions, and I want to season my peas with salt and pepper. And now what you can do is you can use anything you have on this. Pepper and a little sugar. I have some flour and some sugar. I need a little bit of sugar. I want to encourage you guys, if you can't afford big bags, just go to Dollar Tree. You don't need too much, you don't need too much sugar. So what I did, maybe about a teaspoon for a little batch like this, what I did is I changed my channel around so it's like you guys are in my kitchen with me. And when you're in my kitchen with me, you could be hearing some crazy stuff, just like some ladies in the kitchen. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to put this in the blender, and so it's onions, peas, salt, pepper, and sugar. But you can season it any way you want it. So I want to grind this in my blender. So why this is good is, like, what if you go to the food pantry and they give you some peas? What happened? They give you a can of peas and you say to yourself, what am I supposed to do with a stupid can of peas? Well, there's some good stuff in there. Like, if you didn't put the salt, pepper, and sugar, that could be some baby food. Okay, so now I have a little bit of melted butter. And I need a little flour. A little bit, not too much. Last night I got too much flour in my macaroni. That macaroni and cheese is good, you guys. You better try that. It really is. You will like it. Haste makes waste, but my phone has made me haste because it cuts out. So what you really want to do is you really just want to cook this. I think that's enough. This raw flavor out of your flour. You just want enough to thicken up your white gravy. Okay, so I have some powdered milk from Walmart. I make a special point to stockpile that. So I will make about 2 cups. I doubt it's going to need more than that. This is a little batch. And if it's too thick, so I have 1/2 cup of powdered milk and 2 cups of water. I'm using bottled water after the brain-eating amoeba. If you were living in an area and you didn't have bottled water, I'm sure boiling would kill the amoeba. Contaminated water is no joke. Evidently, it killed one 6-year-old boy. I have actually been to that area. It's very hot. Okay, it's hot here, you know, and I have done nothing but complain. But that Texas heat is awful. I would hate to live there. I would hate to live here during this heat. It's horrible. I can't stand it. But, you know, I'm being cheap. As cheap as I possibly can. So I want to thicken my gravy up. So, okay, now I want to talk to you about some stuff. I want to talk to you guys about kinetic energy. This is very interesting, some of the stuff that is going on. Ooh, my gravy is looking good. Now see, tonight is not lumpy like the other night. But that macaroni and cheese was delicious. You could put cheese in this and make macaroni right now. But I don't want this gravy too thick because I want this gravy like soup. Okay, kinetic energy, energy which a body possesses by virtue of being in motion. In beginning science, they give you the example of a rock. You roll it down a hill and it builds momentum and creates energy. So what is this energy? Well, the energy is electrons. So we have windmills and we have turbines. And then also people being carbon do pick up a slight amount of energy or electrons. Not like a metal, but we do possess that ability to pick up energy. And you will notice that the scientists like Einstein were fascinated by this kinetic energy. And there were photos, probably a lot of stuff, of Einstein riding a bike, and that was creating kinetic energy. Okay, so when you go forward, you know, you're riding forward, you're advancing. But if you go into and you pedal backwards, you're not getting anywhere, basically. A lot of this has to do with mathematics. Ooh, my gravy is looking good. So now, you will notice, I guess it's the way we've been trained down through humanity, that usually people will think like a fan. You have clockwise, you have 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and that is clockwise. Well, most people think in a clockwise direction. We ride a bike. It's really a forward direction. So if you can train yourself to think counterclockwise or go in advance, it's like some people, like when I was taking science, my dad was ambidextrous, and it's a huge advantage. So you can train yourself to think in a counterclockwise direction, And it's like pedaling that bicycle backwards, and you're going to get back to where you started, or you're going to find solutions to problems. Okay, now let me show you my gravy. We're going somewhere with this. So you might be thinking, well, Rhoda, this is nonsense. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But hey, you know, what do you want to do? You want to be a darn space head? So now I want to put this, I bought this little screen at, you don't have to squeeze it through the little screens, but I think it tastes better. And this is going to make a really, really good soup, you guys. And it's not expensive either. If you don't have a blender, you could use a mixer. Or you can mash it with a fork. Or you could just, I'm sure you could add it whole. But it's going to be so much yummier this way, in my opinion. Okay, so back to the kinetic energy. And back to, the forward or positive. Think about it as positive or negative direction. So if you have problems, or if something is going on and you don't quite know what it is, if you can train yourself to think counterclockwise or consider it to the negative. You know how you have positive on a number line and that goes to the right? Well, you're really using your left brain. And then when you go the other way, you're really using your right brain. And this gives you a little bit of an advantage in science and math. A lot of things are hereditary. Okay, the ambidextrous stuff I know comes after my dad's side, because my dad was ambidextrous. And when we were kids, he would tell my brother to go out there and bat left-handed like it was like normal. And I was totally raised before I realized that everybody is not ambidextrous. But if you are dyslexic, usually you have a bigger brain on the side that yummy, that is used all the time. So take a look at this. This is good, you guys. So you want to cook that for a minute. Now, back to our discussion. So these windmills and these turbines create electrons. But when you're thinking, well, imagine it, clockwise, or, you're going, or counterclockwise, like a fan, when you're thinking. So, okay, so now, here is a number line, and you have a positive direction, and you're riding your bike this way, but if you go this way, you're going back to where you started. Okay, energy is required to go uphill, but it runs downhill very easily. Now here is the positive, and here is the negative. So this is one way you can really arrive at solutions to problems, as well as getting to the bottom of things, because there is energy that is involved in your thinking. And also, I believe a lot of thinking is a lot of things are stored. I don't think, because this does involve energy, they say matter is neither created nor destroyed. So everything still exists. Okay, so now, so you might be thinking, you know, Rhoda, this is some crazy content on your channel. Yeah, that's true. Now, I want to tell you about a dream. You know these people, I had a dream. Well, so did I. And what I dreamed is I dreamed a big, huge mountain. And I have these dreams from time to time, but we're from Switzerland, so I always assume these dreams originated from Switzerland, but I'm not sure. At the top of this pointed mountain was a huge explosion of fire. And then, now I made 3, but there was, I think, 2 mountains, and there was two from the water and the snow, like sluices, water running down. And this is what, here is what I dreamed. I'm not the most artistic. So we have fire, we have snow, and we have water running to the north. Then we have directions. We have ocean currents. We have we have south, and then we have north. And these affect everything in our lives, whether we know it or not. Directions, electrons. Also, I wanted to mention one of the best protectants against the 5G is big trees and shrubs around your house. So those are very desirable. If you can find a way to live, you know, with a lot of trees, this is the best way for tea. That is one tea bag black tea. Okay, now for my delicious soup. Okay, so and the thing is once something is introduced into your brain and you have learned it, like it or not, you don't have to learn it, you just heard it. There's nothing to it. Then your brain is forever changed and you will think entirely different. Okay, so this is some Walmart bacon. I found this stuff to be pretty good, you guys. I will be stocking my freezer full of bacon. Yes. Yummy. Uh-oh. And then I have some sour cream. And you might think, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, you guys, this is good. Well, where did you learn how to make this? I learned how to make it in my test kitchen. That's where, right here. So now, I have soup. Yummy. I bought this sour cream at Walmart. I'm having good luck. I'm not getting any bad produce or anything at Walmart, so, you know, hey, Walmart is good. Oh, I love sour cream. Sour cream is good. Uh-oh, my sour cream's melted. That's what, I mean frozen. That's okay. It's not going to stay frozen for long. I keep my refrigerator really, really cold. Okay, so let's have some yummy sour cream. Quite a bit. So, you know, this is not expensive. Not at all. More than that. Yummy. You will like this if you have peas and you don't know what to do with those stupid canned peas. Now you do know what to do with them. Okay, so I will put a little bit more salt and pepper. This is a lot. This is enough for 2 meals. Well, it depends how hungry you are, right? This could be ham or sausage, either way. All right, you guys, take a look at this. So you might be thinking, how do you think counterclockwise? You can think counterclockwise. You just have to train yourself to do it. Yummy. Let me taste this now. So as you're eating this, you can add more sour cream. That is so good, you guys. You're going to make this. Now, I bought pears at 99 cents only, so for dessert, I will make myself a tasty pear. So for $1, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pears. So that's pretty cheap for $1. And believe it or not, they're in good shape. You know, 99 cents puts their produce on sale. You know, it's not shot at all. So for lunch, I'm having a fruit and a sandwich. Well, today, you know, I had a pretty substantial lunch with that macaroni and cheese. You know those sausages wrapped in a pancake for $1? Those were good. I don't remember buying those before, but I probably did. Yummy. I love pears. I don't know if any of you have, a lot of this stuff that I was just talking to you guys about resulted in some alien videos and stuff I was doing. And it just evolved out of that. And so, you know, when I would think counter-directional, sometimes I would see people. I believe there are people who use computers for viewing us. Also, I believe there are people on doing remote viewing. And when I would do this thinking, I've actually seen them jump back as if, you know, they didn't expect me to be able to see them, and I never should have. It was just the counterclockwise thinking. Now, I did spend hours and hours and hours of my life and days and weeks and months doing classes and nursing. And I told you guys about when I was expelled from nursing school. And so what it was, that the money wasn't going to be there unless I took 4 months off, and they wanted me to come back and they wanted me to help the other students. And so if I was willing to do this, you know, they were going to give me a really good deal. And if not, they were going to get mad. So I said to myself, go ahead and get mad. So they offered me $6,000 for the $22,000 course. And I said, I really am the salutatorian, and I took it because that was a good deal. For an LVN course, $6,000 bucks. Of course, I was very pissed off and I was a martyr. On the night I should have been getting my salutatorian award, I was sitting with a dying friend, and guarantee you I wouldn't have been there if I was getting my award. So everything worked out, kind of. I was still pissed off about it. But that's the way it goes. So, okay, so now we have energy, clean energy, solar and wind energy, and water energy. And then we have petroleum, we have gas, and we have coal, which they want to, they want to reduce that. This is good. You got to try this. You don't have to have any bacon, sausage, ham, or Spam, but it's really good if you do. This will be good with split peas. Today I intended to buy split peas, but I couldn't find any. Now, am I forgetting something? Yes. I'm forgetting that in my freezer, I stockpile these dinner rolls, and so then with my soup, I will have some of these wheat rolls and some butter. So this is a pretty decent meal. It could be any kind of soup. It can also be canned soup. Okay, you guys, please like, and so you might be thinking, what is she going to come up with next? I don't know. It will come to me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.